Hello everyone, this is Patricia Gonzalez. I'm going to show you the tool that I chose for my element, which is Google Classroom. I picked this one because I never used it before and I wanted to find out how awesome it is. Just like I heard a lot of the teachers making comments at school that Google Classroom is amazing, so I just wanted to try for myself and find out. And it really surprised me because it's a free LMS and it is super cool and super easy to use. One of the features that I like the most is that it's super easy to use. And right here, I'm gonna show you what is this Google Classroom all about. So right here on the stream, I like that it has a little window that prepares the student for upcoming projects, like for example upcoming due Friday iMovie quiz, and it gives you an option to click on the link. I like that this is for students that are kind of lost and they don't know where to find it, because here in the stream you can add all of the assignments and the classwork that you're going to set a due date, and it also gives you an option of view all, and this is what all of the assignments that the students have, and it has an option to review and then reviewed. Okay, to review how many are turned in, how many are assigned, mark as reviewed, and for every single classwork it has turned in and assigned. If you go now to classwork, on the classwork tab, it has all of the assignments here. And now the project that they have to do is create a digital media using the iMovie app. So right here, I thought that it was cool to add the assignment, which is create a 3-minute video, and then the brief description, view assignment, so they can expand it and read it. And this is the lesson plan. If I share it with other teachers, this is the detailed lesson plan, what should happen from the beginning to the end, including assessment or any type of format of assessment. This is the survey that I wanted to add to get the feedback on how helpful was the instructional guide when they were learning how to create an iMovie survey. So then I have the iMovie quiz, which it's an assessment of the actual learning. How much did they learn? And this is created, the iMovie quiz and the iMovie survey was created using Google Forms. And one cool feature about the Google Forms is that you can actually, if I click on them, the survey, and if one of the features is that you can see the responses, and then it gives you data on the students' responses. For example, the first question is, how effective did you find the YouTube clip making an iMovie using iMovie as an instructional guide? 40% said extremely effective, which is 2 students. So if you place a cursor on top of it, it'll give you a little bit more detail of the data. And you scroll down, you can see how many students answered what. From a scale of 1 to 10, how much did you enjoy? So the majority of the students say that they in fact enjoyed the teaching on the how to create an iMovie. Did you find instructional guides to be clear and concise? 100% of the students say yes. Nobody said no, nobody said somewhat. So that's pretty cool. How confident do you feel in creating? So this is the graph, and it tells you in detail the data. Do you find any difficulties? One said none, and then, well, because this was an open-ended answer, it shows you in detail what every student wrote. No, it uploaded well, no serious difficulties. Found the YouTube uploading tool to be unnecessarily complicated, especially compared to the old one. and then none. Okay, so according to the feedback, you can either plan remediation instruction, and it gives you concise data for you to plan for your next activity. Is it necessary to plan furthermore, or is it, or we're good to move on, or we can just give a quick review, or we can just plan for a one-on-one with certain student, which is what remediation is for. If we go back to the LMS and the iMovie quiz, we can see the data for this one as well. And right here we click on the responses. We have 7 responses. You can either see a summary, which is this one, and it gives you data and description of what the percentage of for every single answer that the students gave feedback on. And also you can look it up by question or by or individually. It gives you more, it gives you detailed feedback if depending on your thinking as far as remediation instruction. What is it that you like to plan? Like I said before, one-on-one, a small group, a whole group. Do I need to reteach everything to the whole class, etc.? Okay, so we're gonna close the data, and then I already talked about the lesson plan. Well, now here when you go to people, you should be able to add other colleagues so they can use your project in their classrooms, and once they have access to it, they can see it, or they can contribute to it, or they can use it for the classroom. And right here, if you click on this plus sign, you can add students. So far, these are my students that I used, and they were able to give and use feedback and use the assessment. These are the same people that were able to answer the quiz and the assessment, and some of the features that we have. And then the grades, I love this part because it just gives you all of the grades. For example, in this this one iMovie survey, okay, Cody turned it in, Dana turned it in, and then she didn't turn it in. So we can either view submission, which is not gonna have any, and then right here I can give a grade, like, okay, well, I already checked hers and it looks good. I can give her a grade. You know what? Everything was good, 100. And then this one too, she got 100. And this is very simple. It's just as simple as that. Right here, I already gave him a grade. There, she got 90, she got 95, she got 100. Now this one's missing, but I wanted to show you that it says, okay, the due date was July the 12th. But since I added another material that I wanted them to use in order for them to create a 3-minute video, this is the final project. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click on the 3 dots, edit, and then I'm going to extend it to, let's say I want them to turn it in for July 23rd. Everything looks good, save. And then now they have a new due date, so it's extended now. And this is very, very, very cool because I can just open it up and then see their grades, or I can just enter grades and they get a message automatically. If I go back to feedback, I wanted to show you really quick why I extended the day, because I added an iRubric, which is an interactive rubric, and then I put instructions here that I want them to use the rubric before, during, and after they finish the project, because I want to make sure that they're monitoring their project efficiently. And then it says here, after you turn in your work, I will use the same rubric to create your project, which will be sent to you. And I click on it so you can get a quick view. So this is what the students are going to look for. I'm going to show them how to read a rubric, and by them looking at the rubric before during and after they complete their assignment, it's because I want them to keep monitoring their own learning, and I want them to make sure if they're doing good with it. For example, design graphics. If they only get 6 points, and it's considered poor if they only attempted to produce media design, including 2 or 3 pictures to move, all the way to 7 to 10 well-taken pictures and movies. If they added 7 to 10 pictures, movies, nothing blurry, media integration such as sound effects, music background, and if they added sound effects and music background to all of the slides, at least to 8 to 10 slides or pictures. And body content, if they added any type of text to the pictures, if they added text to at least 8 to 10 pictures in a very creative way. Like I don't want like a whole paragraph written in each picture, but like a very creative text for each of the slides, making it look a little bit more engaging. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so and then after that, of course, I'm going to use it, and then I'm going to give them feedback about that. So these rubrics, when I click on them, and then this rubric gets sent automatically to them. Oops. Okay, so now, well, that's pretty much it. I also added comments saying for them to let them know whoever turns in this assignment is gonna get 15 more minutes recess, or you know, something that gets them a little bit more encouraged to turn in assignments and on time. So right here, when I click on the assignment, create a 3-minute movie using iMovie application, it tells me that 3 of them were assigned. So if a student says, oh no, I didn't get it, and I can come here and say, oh, yes, Jenna, I assigned it to you. It's right here. Maybe you need to check on your spam folder, and you need to check it again, or I can send it again. And here are the instructions that I added. I also wanted to show you under my stream, I also added Classcraft. Classcraft, it's a really cool way to engage students, and I added the link here because when I open it, I wanted to have my students to work in either teams or to be able to get a little bit more encouraged, because now kids are all about encouragement. So when they click in there, it automatically takes them to the link of the Classcraft. So for example, Cody had she picked this character, her avatar, and it has powers, and if she does good, she turns in everything on time, she gets points added. And then for example, you know what, she was handing homework on time, good job, Cody, you got 50 points. Or completing class work, she completed all her class work at the last time, 100, apply, and her points are gonna be here immediately. Or points taken away as well. The more points they get, they have the opportunity to either earn powers, earn armor. It's kind of like gamification, using gamification with this, but it's pretty cool because kids are into gaming a lot. So this is one way that I can keep my students engaged, by adding the link so they can keep monitoring. Oh, well, let me see, if I complete this assignment, you're gonna be able to earn this armor, so you need 30 more points, so they can keep track on their own points and keep encouraged on finishing work. Okay, so I guess that's pretty much it. Thank you.